everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jamie. Let's get crafting. Okay, y'all, so for this DIY, we are making a Valentine wreath, and I happened to get this wired wreath form over at Walmart. I think it was about $2. So then I have 3 of the pink Deco mesh from Dollar Tree. I actually had these from last year. I never used them, so I figured I'm going to use them this year. Then I have 3 of the white. So first I'm going to start off with 1 pink and 1 white, and the method I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these on top of each other. Excuse my cat, I'm so sorry. I bust out the pipe cleaners and she comes running. So I'm taking some of the pipe cleaners. Now typically it would not matter what color pipe cleaners you use because they're just going to be hidden anyway. But I found it very easy to just go ahead and fold these pipe cleaners in half and cut them, and then you have more. So I also had this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I thought this ribbon layered on top of the pink and the white would be absolutely beautiful. Excuse me while I remove my cat. So I'm going to use just the 2 wires that are inside of the wreath form. So just the 2 in the middle, and I'm going to work on the outside one first. And I start off by putting 3 of the pipe cleaners in one section. So I'm sure y'all understand what I mean by one section. So you see how you've got the vertical bars here and there. From one vertical bar to another is one section. So that's what I mean by each section. So I put 3 pipe cleaners here, but really what I should have done was like 5, because, all right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to take the white mesh, and this mesh was such a pain in the butt because it was all wrinkled up right there. Do you see it? Anyway, I'm going to layer the pink mesh on top of that, and then I'm going to take this ribbon. Now keep in mind you're going to see this changed up a bit later in the video. In order to actually make this work and look really pretty, especially if you're using Dollar Tree ribbon, you want to make sure you have 2 rolls of it, and I only had 1. So anyway, moving on. So you want to scrunch everything up, and you're going to lay it on top of your pipe cleaner, and then you're just going to twist that around about 3 times, and you want to make sure that it is nice and tight. So then once you have that good and secure, I'm just going to go ahead and bunch that up, and I do about 1 hand width length. So from the tip of my fingers to the back of my palm, I'm going to grab from the back of my hand, and that is where I'm going to tie it with the next pipe cleaner. Now, keep in mind, this is a 12-inch wreath form. So because it's a smaller wreath form, you really don't want your poofs being too big. Let me tell you, working with this wreath and this style of doing a wreath, it was a lot of trial and error, let me tell you. So I found that the best way to do that is just use the length of your hand, grab from the back of your hand, and then that will be your next poof. And so I really liked, and then I just kind of threw everything on the floor because it was just getting in my way. So that's what you see me doing there, just throw it on the floor. So I'm just going to put my hand down, going from the tip of my fingers to the back of my hand, and I scrunch it up, and then I make my next poof. Now, I would actually like, I think I ended up doing about 3 poofs per section, but I think what would really look nice, especially if you're using Deco mesh because it's so transparent, that maybe like 4 or 5 poofs would really look nice. So I'm just going to continue working around, making my poofs, and I'm just sticking with that outer middle ring. Remember, use the 2 middle rings, and I'm just working on that outer one till I get all the way around the circle, and then in a little bit you'll see me come on the inside and then work my way on that inside one. So now when you get to the end of your roll, I mean the little tube thingy is just gonna, it's stapled on there, so I didn't want to rip it and it's just gonna fray anyway, so I just kind of cut the end of it off of there. And then I just grabbed two more rolls, doing the exact same thing, layering the pink over top of the white, and then I just kind of start where I left off, and I finish that ring, and then you'll see me also go on that inner ring. And you'll also see that I also ran out of that ribbon. And my cat will not stop playing with these darn pipe cleaners. So that's what I'm doing here is I am just trying, I'm going to finish this wreath off, and then you're going to see later on I quickly change my mind, and my cat decides that she wants to start attacking me. She's a nut. So anyway, you'll see later on that I change my mind and I remove that ribbon and I do something else with it instead. So now this is what it looks like once I have all of that done. And so here I'm just going to go in and I'm fluffing everything up. I'm separating the pink from the white. So I'm going to see the white where I want to see it, see the pink where I want it to show through, and just kind of playing around with it until your eyes are happy. So next, the best thing to do is to flip your wreath completely over, and that way you can trim off the excess little pipe cleaners. That is so much easier than trying to move around through your poofs and trying to find them and clip them and hope that you don't clip the deco mesh. Just flip it over and you can pull them through and then clip them safely on the other side. So now, as you can see, I have completely removed that ribbon. I did not actually have to take my wreath apart. I just had to untwist some of the pipe cleaner so I can loosen it and then tighten the mesh back up. So I'm using the Dollar Tree red roses and that love wooden sign that I had picked up from the dollar spot. Now, before I get into that, I do want to keep this ribbon added into my wreath. So I'm just using some of the pipe cleaners that I had trimmed off. Why waste them? And I am just going to kind of do what I did with the deco mesh. I am just finding a happy little spot on the wreath form, tying my ribbon down, and that way I can kind of poof it up a little bit and kind of make it angle and go in a direction that I like. And that way it is still incorporated into my wreath and it will actually go all the way around. So then I just grab another small section and I find another spot within the wreath form and the way I want, and then I just twist that up with a pipe cleaner, and then I just keep going all the way around the wreath form. Just giving yourself some slack so that there's a little bit of poof so it makes it look cute, and then just keep twisting it off with one of those pipe cleaners. Once that's all done, I just continue fluffing the deco mesh and making it look all cute and pretty for Valentine's Day. And then what I'm going to do is take my wooden love sign and I'm going to add some hot glue to the back of it, and I'm just going to smush it right down in place in the center. Then I'm just going to go ahead and add 3 of these pretty Dollar Tree roses. Now, I'm a big fan of removing that plastic piece off of the leaves. That way, it can slide back onto the flower nice and easy. I just add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of the flower and then slip the leaves right back on there, and it looks perfect. Then I add a little bit more hot glue to it, and then I stick it where I want it. Well, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you've been enjoying these Valentine's Day series. And if you did, please hit that like button, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. All right, that is it for today, and y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.